What's going on, party people? I've got another house update for y'all today, and things are progressing quite nicely as they have been. Bum-ba-da-bum, we've got drywall. Yeah, drywall. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to do. They have to smooth it out more with a couple of their layers, and then they have to paint. Of course, they're gonna leave this wall and this wall completely untouched until the sliding glass doors are ready. That'll be the last thing they do, but for now, ceiling, this wall, and this wall, which they haven't touched yet, are all getting drywall plastered and all that. So the room is actually starting to look like a room, and it's very exciting. Now, one of the reasons why they haven't actually started plastering this side of the wall, particularly this corner right here, is because I'm actually going to be doing some wiring myself today, running an Ethernet cable through that little hole up in the top corner there, through the attic. It's about a 100-foot Cat6 cable. Now, people are probably going to say, why not Cat6A or why not Cat7? Because it's only 100 feet of cable, guys, and I'm running it over a 1 gig connection. If we were talking a greater distance, like hundreds and hundreds of feet, and requiring tons of throughput, like a 10 gig connection, then Cat6 would potentially be a bottleneck. But I'm not going that crazy, guys. So Cat6 is plenty for my needs. That's why I also used a 150 Cat6 cable and had it go right here. I'll talk about the gray one in a moment, but the white one is 150 foot, which is where the entertainment center and the TV is gonna go. So I'm gonna connect that white cable to a switch. That way we can connect a multitude of devices and wire it up with internet, whether it be an HTPC, the TV itself, or a video game console or something like that. And obviously I wired that up before they came into the drywall. So it's actually going up the wall and across the ceiling, all the way to the opposite end of the attic or the opposite end of the house. Drill the hole in the ceiling of the office and drop the cable down to reach the router, because that's the room that the router's in. Now, if that's the case, and I'm planning to set up a switch here, then why do we need this gray cable? What is this gray Ethernet cable for? This is also a Cat6 cable, but I think it's 25 foot, and this is actually for one of our security cameras. I've decided to go with Ubiquiti's Unify Protect system, which I'll be doing a full video on later, and even though the system and the cameras haven't even arrived yet, I've already started wiring the house for them. So this cable actually goes up to the corner of this room. It comes out right there, and it pops out on the other side of the house. So it's gonna be one of our backyard cameras. It's gonna go right up there, and it's gonna cover pretty much this whole area of the backyard. So as you might have guessed, these are power over Ethernet cameras, which means they get both their power and internet connectivity through an RJ45 connection. So yes, I will have to use a PoE adapter when connecting that gray cable to the regular switch that we're using here, because it will not be a PoE switch. The one next to the router in the office, of course, will be, so all the other cameras can just connect directly to that. They don't need any adapters. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because that's what brings us to today, and why I have to wire another Ethernet cable through this corner, because there's going to be a second backyard outdoor camera right in this corner. I may add more cameras down the line. That's the nice thing about Ubiquiti, is that it's completely scalable. I think the system I'm getting goes up to 20 cameras or something like that. But for now, we're gonna focus on installing the wiring for this particular camera right here, which has to go, I think when the contractor comes, he's got a better drill than I do. So he'll be able to drill through that thick, fatty piece of wood, come out through the back here. We're gonna have to drill another hole through these two pieces of wood, and then it's gonna have to go up into that hole right there. That hole was already there, and it looks like it's wide enough for an Ethernet cable to pass through. So once that goes up, we're gonna fire it into the attic with a noodler, a wire noodler. You guys probably already know what this is, but so this is a wire noodler. This one in particular is 11 feet. It also makes for a great cat toy, I've just learned. But even if you've never seen one of these before, I'm sure you can already guess what it's for. You attach whatever cable you're trying to run to one end, and then you simply just pass it through whatever hard to reach area, such as a super tight attic, so that it's easier to access from the other side. And then I'm gonna go into the attic from this access point, crawl roughly, I don't know, 20 or 30 feet, grab the wire, and pull it back with me. And then once we get here, I have to actually run it to the office now. In here, I have to crawl up in this attic space, run it through this little hole, all the way down to our router. I do have a plan though, because so you can see here, this is actually the 150 foot Cat6 cable that I've been talking about. And believe it or not, there's actually quite a bit of slack left on here that's bundled up near the entrance of the attic. So this is my plan. Once I grab the new Cat6 cable and pull it to right about here, I'm gonna try taping it onto some of the slack of that existing Cat6 cable and see if I can piggyback it. So instead of having to crawl through this part of the attic, I can potentially just yank on this cable, keep pulling it until it pulls the other cable through that little hole along with it. The other thing that I'm really actually super excited to show you guys about this is that I will be filming my time in the attic with a GoPro. I bought this last night. This is the first GoPro I've ever bought or owned. I can't believe I've gone all these years without ever owning a GoPro, but this is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Of course, it's got a head strap so I can be hands-free up there while I'm in the attic, although I will have one hand on a flashlight because it's super dark up there. I think as soon as either Wifey Sauce comes back home from getting coffee or the contractor gets here, one of them can help me run that cable through the attic because it keeps getting warmer and warmer. I think we have a high of 91 today, and whatever the temperature is outside, it's gonna be 10 to 15 degrees hotter in the attic, but one of them should be showing up pretty soon here, so we'll be underway in just a bit. All right, you ready, honey?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. I feel like the freaking Tomb Raider right now. Okay, it's warm. Not nearly as warm as it was last time, but it's pretty warm. Okay, everything's fine. It's not claustrophobic at all. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. First things first, get some stable footing. Get underneath the first stupid air duct. Oh boy. Okay, I'm in. Isn't this how Alien versus Predator starts? All right, start moving around. Aha, I see it. I see it right there. Give me a second here. Oh yeah, kind of got stuck. Got it, I got it. Coming back. I've got to go backwards now because it's too tight to physically turn around. So I'm just gonna slide back here. Okay, that's a pipe. Don't step on the pipe. Okay, so now we got our cable to the attic entrance. So take our new Ethernet cable, take the end of it and tape it to the existing one. Make sure it's tight. We don't want it coming loose midway. Cut, 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 snip, snip. Okay, honey, now go ahead and slowly start pulling that wire through the ceiling. You're gonna keep pulling it until a second wire comes out. Hold on, hold on. It's a little tangled. Let me just untangle this really quick. Okay, keep going. Should be coming soon.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck?
I think it's like insulation or something. It's like clogging it so that it can't come out.
Okay.
Yeah, because
There we go. Okay, I got it. Just need to be yanked a little bit.
Oh, I was scared to pull it too much.
Okay, cool. We got it through.
So you're pulling that whole cable through?
Just enough so that it can reach the router. That's good for now. Yay! Let's see how much slack we have left. Probably a ton. Oh yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, the slack goes all the way out there. Could have gotten away with a shorter cable, but whatever. Better to be too long than too short.
That's what she said.
Hey! Okay, that actually went really smoothly. I'm super happy about that. And to be honest, I'm kind of in this like hyped up DIY mode now, so I just want to keep wiring stuff. We actually have 2 more cameras to wire in the front yard. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I plan to put those. That would be kind of stupid of me. But I can tell you that our existing outdoor cameras that we'll soon be replacing are wired through the garage. I'm going to use the same routing hole to pre-wire 2 of our outdoor Ubiquiti cameras when they arrive. So those 2 Cat6 cables are going to route across here, and they're going to go into that hole right there that the plumbers actually left for us that leads to the attic. And once the cables are in there, I can fish them through the little hole that leads to the office and then plug them into the router, and that'll be that. So I do need more Cat6 cable. I have a bunch on hand, but none long enough for the job here. So let's go to the hardware store. All right, so I just hit 2 stores, a local hardware store down the street from my place, to get this thing. This is steel fish tape, which is apparently a little bit more effective than a wire noodler. It's definitely longer than the noodle I have. It's 25 feet as opposed to 11, and it's a bit more rigid. I feel like the wire noodler is great for taking corners and stuff, but it's almost too flimsy in the straight line, getting snagged on a lot of things in the attic. This stuff isn't quite as flexible, so I think it'll clear a straighter path to where we're trying to go. And then we got some Ethernet cables from Best Buy, a 25-footer that's gonna go to the outdoor camera closest to the garage, and then I really needed a 75-foot cable for the other camera, but they did not have anything over 50. Actually, they had 150 or 50 and below. So what I ended up doing was getting a 50 and a 14-foot cable because this was actually the last 25-foot Cat6 cable they had on hand, and a coupler. Now, unfortunately, the coupler is Cat5, Cat5e, but this is honestly such a short distance, we shouldn't have any problem. Pretty much ready to go back to the house and wire this all up, but I completely lost track of time. I am super hungry, and wifey's not with me right now, and whenever I'm super hungry and wifey isn't with me, I get sushi. We're back home, and you'll forgive any of the noise in the background. The contractors are hard at work in the backyard. Let's go ahead and get this fished up. Okay, let's see how this goes. No, it's gonna be impossible. All right, you know what? This isn't gonna work. Change of plans. This thing is way more flimsy than I thought it'd be. It's pretty much just as flimsy, if not more flimsy, than my wire noodler. So I was thinking it would be a clean shot to the garage hole over there, but that's just not gonna happen. It's a too small of a target, and this thing's just not accurate enough. It looks like I may have to crawl up in the attic after all, which totally bites, because I'll probably just die of heat exhaustion. Unless... Huh. This looks like a pipe. 2 pipes. They're not the lightest. They are fairly thin and they're rigid. The type of rod I've been looking for all this time. Don't take that out of context. Is it too long to even... There we go. I don't even know what these were for. These were already here when we moved in. Well, they might come in handy now. Moment of truth. Let's see how close we got or how far off we are. Hey, look at that. That ain't bad. That's only maybe like six or 7 feet away. That's so much better. Okay, I'm still gonna have to get my knees dirty a little bit and crawl up here, but it's not gonna be nearly as bad. Got one, baby. Okay, we just gotta tape it to this guy. Now, I actually have to make sure that this is wrapped tightly. A, so it doesn't come loose, and B, to make it as small as possible when fitting through that office hole. All right, we'll get this one routed and then we'll do the other one after. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? That worked out perfectly. One more to go. I can see the finish line. Job well done to me. Just to recap, we've got one wire going to our living room, which is going to connect to a switch, and then we have 3 more Cat 6 cables going to our outdoor security cameras. Remember that we do have a 4th one positioned in the backyard that's being connected to the switch that will be connecting to this guy over here. So in total, we have 4 outdoor cameras. That's the plan. I may add more down the line as we see fit, and I'll be throwing in some indoor cameras as well, but those are connecting to the system wirelessly. Oh my god, I feel like we got so much done today, and the friggin' cameras aren't even here yet. Then again, wiring all this stuff up is probably more time consuming anyway. I think we're pretty much, no, I would say that we're done for the day, but as most of you know, your work's never really done until you've tested it. Now for starters, we need a reference point. We need a group of data to compare our results to. So here I have an MSI GS65 Stealth notebook. Wi-Fi is disabled and we're connected to my router directly with a 25-foot Cat 6 cable. These are the results from a test I just ran on speedtest.net. You can see I cropped it so you can't see my IP address and stuff, but we're getting 367 down and 93 up. This is pretty typical for what I see on a day-to-day basis. So it's what we're more or less going to be shooting for and expecting when testing out the other Cat 6 cables. Starting with our 25-foot cable that's going to the garage. All right, this is looking pretty good. 371 down and 92 up. That is right on target. The other cable going to the garage has a bit more to prove because it's significantly longer at around 65 feet, and it is using that Cat 5e coupler to join 2 cables together. All right, here we go. Oh, snap. All right, looks like it passed the test with flying colors. Let's move on. Okay, we're in the living room now, but this is actually gonna be the cable that's going to the backyard, or at least one half of the backyard. I think this is a 100-foot cable. Oh yeah. GG. Last but not least, we have the 150-footer that's going to our living room / entertainment center area. Here we go. 372 and 93. I think we're done here, gentlemen. We did it! Yes, everything's working just as it should be. I'm super excited. We are now ready for wiring up these cameras as soon as they get here. Hi, honey.
Hi.
My wife is right here in the hallway, just blocking the shot. Anything? Did you want to say anything? Or?
I was just on my way to the kitchen.
Oh, on the kitchen.
Yeah,
how typical. That is gonna wrap it up for me, guys. Be sure to toss a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Get subscribed so you can, again, see me actually wire these cables up to physical cameras. That should be a lot of fun. All right, I'm gonna start editing this video, and I'll see you guys in the next, oh. Hello, are you gonna edit the video for me, Mr. Cat? No, you're not, are you? No, get the hell out of my chair.